What's up? Welcome into Four Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. Let's get into our Sunday Night Football post-game reaction as we do after every single primetime game. We react. We'll also take a look at some of the Sunday slate. This is why you subscribe. Turn on those notifications. 49ers 20, Falcons 10. Christian McCaffrey, vintage game, dominant game. 201 total yards, had 129 rushing on 24 carries, 5.5 a clip. Also had 72 yards receiving on 7 catches. Rushed for 2 touchdowns in the win as well. He was dominant. This was I'm going to take this game and win it for my team type of Herculean effort from Christian McCaffrey, because for a good chunk of this game, these teams were stuck in the mud. It was physical. The defenses were kind of controlling tempo. Neither quarterback could get into a great rhythm. I thought at moments Michael Penix got hot, but couldn't sustain it. And, I thought the 49ers got some key stops too, some key 3rd and 4th down stops throughout the course of this game, and ultimately come out victorious to improve to 5-2. And listen, you got to give Kyle Shanahan a lot of credit this year. This 49ers team, I don't think they can make a run at a Super Bowl currently constructed. That just too many key injuries, with Nick Bosa out for the year, Fred Warner out for the year, Brock Purdy out for now. Sounds like he could be back soon. But Mac Jones has been admirable with him sidelined. Ayuk is still out. I mean, they've had key players out. I mean, it's not like they're just losing, their 4th and 5th receiver. Ricky Pearsall's out, and they're just plugging away. Mac Jones, 17 of 26, 152 and a pick. Not great tonight, but kind of just managing the offense, hanging in there, being tough, taking some hits. This 49ers offensive line hasn't been great this year, and just hand the ball to 23 tonight and just kind of wear them down. It's kind of what they did tonight. They were up 10-3 at the half, and they were up 13-10. And they get that late touchdown to kind of put it away. And you give Shanny a lot of credit. Last year, they also had a lot of injuries, but they were losing games like this. They were coming out on the wrong side of these tight matchups, and this year, they have found a way to win a lot of these close games. I mean, just to show how indicative that has been so far this year, a couple of stats that really outline this is not some dominant team right now, but they're finding ways to win. The 49ers are +7 in point differential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 teams in the NFL have a better plus-minus in point differential than the San Francisco 49ers, yet the 49ers are 5-2. I mean, that's impressive. Tied for the best record in the NFC. Well, I guess technically Green Bay at 4-1-1 has a better win percentage at 750 and 75%, whereas the Niners and several other teams, the Eagles and Rams, are at 71.4%. But you guys get my point. They're finding ways to win tough games, and I think the word tough is the right word. They beat the Seahawks week 1 by 4. They beat the Saints week 2 by 5. They beat the Cardinals by 1 in week 3. They lose by 5 to the Jags. Beat the Rams by 3 on a Thursday night game in which they had no business of winning. Kind of get worked last week by Tampa, but then bounce back and beat Atlanta tonight. It's, you got to give credit where it's due in this league. And I say it all the time. This is not college football. It's not a beauty pageant. There's no style points. It's do you win and do you lose? Because you really don't care about playing your best ball or being the healthiest until December and January. The 49ers this time of year right now, they're just trying to survive. And listen, their injuries might be too much to overcome big picture to be a great team, but they're just snagging wins where they can right now. Maybe they make a big trade. Maybe a couple key guys come back. Again, they're not going to get Bosa or Warner back, but if they make a trade, if Purdy gets back and is an upgrade over Mac, if Brandon Ayuk can get back in November, December, Kittle came back tonight, you plug away and listen, the NFC is wide open. The NFC is wide open. To me, it's Tampa, Detroit, probably Green Bay is that third team, and then after that, it's up for grabs. You look at the NFC standings right now. The Eagles are in that mix too, even though they haven't been great this year. Dallas 3-3-1, Washington 3-4, Detroit 4-2. The Bears 4-2. Minnesota 3-3. Carolina's 4-3 of all teams. Atlanta's now 3-3. Seattle's 4-2. I mean, there's just a bunch of 3-4 win teams. And one thing that has really stuck out to me, I think the NFC, while it's more wide open than the AFC, right now it feels like the Chiefs and everyone else. The NFC is much deeper. I mean, this is just a better conference right now. Anybody can beat anybody. I mean, the Saints are 1-6, and they're pretty much in every game. So, I thought this was a really good win for the 49ers tonight. This is not one of those to overanalyze. They find a way to grind out a tough win, and they just hope as the season goes on they get more healthy. And the roller coaster, excuse me, for Atlanta just kind of continues. Who are they? I ask this question every week. Who are the Atlanta Falcons? Michael Penix, 21-38. Bijan gets stuffed tonight, 14 carries, 40 yards. Felt like the Niners wanted to make that a key. Darnell Mooney had a nice game, 68 yards and 3 catches. Bijan did catch a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 62. So they've got some good players, and their defense is much improved. But Mac Jones did a good job tonight. Only took 1 sack, was getting the ball out quickly. The passer rating's only in the 60s, but thought he did a nice job of just kind of managing the game. And, in the end, Christian McCaffrey was enough to win this game. But again, Atlanta, they have a 22-6 win over the Vikings. They have a 30-0 loss to the Panthers. They have a 24-14 win over the Bills. Then they only put up 10 points tonight. This topsy-turvy, it's just hard. And, they get the Dolphins next week at home. That's a game they should absolutely win. Does Mike McDaniel even have a job tomorrow? I have no idea. But I won't call it a missed opportunity. You're on the road, but you caught the Niners tonight, who are extremely beat up. And, you're really not even in the game late. So I think that's a little disappointing if you're Atlanta. I thought this was a chance for Atlanta to, maybe make a statement is a strong word, but to just kind of say, hey, we're not going to be this inconsistent roller coaster. But it's kind of hard to say that after tonight when you kind of just don't put it all together once again. So, 3-3, they're in a decent spot right there in the middle of the NFC, but big win for San Francisco as they improved to 5-2. We'll have some more Week 7 takeaways coming up in a minute, but I do want to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor, PrizePicks. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS, by the way, to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. You and I make decisions every day. Being right on PrizePicks can get you paid. Don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. I've got a little 4-player lineup for Monday night with a couple of games tomorrow. I want to go ahead and pull this up and kind of show you guys what I got. David Montgomery, I like more than 44.5 rushing yards for him. Dan Campbell says they want to run him more, so I like the more in that one. Mike Evans, more than 65.5 receiving yards. Tampa's whole receiver core is hurt, so he might just get a ton of targets. I took less on C.J. Stroud's passing, 225.5, and then I took more Sam Darnold, half a passing touchdown. Little 4-player lineup for you guys. That's how PrizePicks works. You choose more or less on player stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups. If you hit, you win money. If you don't, you don't. But hey, your boy's up about $550 this year, and I'm feeling great about that. So download the PrizePicks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Okay, some more Week 7 takeaways as again, an early theme to me in this season is I think the NFC is a far better conference than the AFC. Let's just kind of go back to that point differential stat as evidence of that. In the AFC, only 7 out of their 16 teams are in the green, plus point differential. 9 teams are in the red. In the NFC, 10 out of 16 teams are in the green with only 6 in the red. And how about this? two of the teams in the red in the NFC have winning records. The Bears at -3. Remember, they lost by 31 to Detroit in week 2. Other than that, they're plus 28. They're -3 despite being 4-2. They've won 4 games in a row. The Panthers are -7. I'm still not really a believer, but listen, 4-3 is 4-3. You'll take it if you're Carolina. And Arizona at 2-5 is -1. I mean, they've lost 5 in a row, and every week it's just a heartbreaker. Another close loss today, where their Hail Mary gets knocked away against the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they're in every single game, and that Titans loss has just derailed them. But you just look at a lot of these games today. I mean, the London game's a perfect example. The Rams 4-2, the Jags 4-2. That was varsity JV. I mean, that was just an ass kicking by Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, and the boys over Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen. Non-competitive, 35-7, total domination. Elsewhere across the board, NFC, AFC. Let's see if there were any more matchups today. Panthers beat the Jets, 13-6. The Giants lost 33-32 in Denver. Denver scored all 33 in the fourth quarter. It's one of the bigger collapses you'll ever see. The Giants, for the majority of that game, kicked the Broncos' ass, and they just fell apart. And again, the Broncos are winning the AFC West right now. The Giants are in last place in the NFC East, and that was in Denver. So kind of further outlines my point when it comes to NFC, AFC. We'll see Seahawks-Texans tomorrow night. Spoiler, I like Seattle a lot in that game. So I just think that the depth of the NFC is a lot stronger. I mean, you look at the early playoff standings here. For example, the top 7 seeds in the NFC: Tampa's 5-1, Green Bay's 4-1-1, San Francisco is 5-2, Philly is 5-2, and then all 3 of the wild card teams: Rams 5-2, Seahawks 4-2, Detroit 4-2. The Bears are in 8th place, first team out at 4-2. In the AFC, the playoff teams are as follows: Colts 6-1. Colts are a story now. Patriots 5-2. Denver 5-2. Pittsburgh 4-2. Buffalo 4-2. Chargers 4-3. Jags 4-3. Chiefs technically outside looking in at 4-3. And you might say, well, Harrison, the best team in the AFC, you say, is the Chiefs. They're not even in the playoff picture. How can the NFC be better? I'm sorry. And the Colts, listen, they deserve all the credit. Daniel Jones was playing awesome. Shane Steichen would get my Coach of the Year award. Who scares you more, the Colts or the Lions? I'll say the Lions. And the Lions are the 7th seed in the NFC, and the Colts are the 1 seed in the AFC. Listen, long way to go. No one's making any ultimate declarations here. I just think through 7 weeks, other than 2 games tomorrow night, the NFC, the depth, it's just much deeper and much more competitive. I mean, the bottom of the AFC, the Jets are a joke. The Titans are atrocious. Miami is an embarrassment, okay? The Raiders, I mean, what are we doing? The Raiders, I don't know how they've won 2 games. They beat the Patriots week 1. If that game could be replayed, they would lose by 25. I mean, just a total joke. Bottom of the NFC, the Saints at 1-6. They've been in every game except for 1. Even today, they get down 20-0 to the Bears, and they cut it to 6 early in the third quarter. Now, the Bears did a good job, pulled away, but like that, they've been competitive. The Giants at 2-5 should have beat the Broncos today. They've got a spark with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo. Cardinals at 2-5. They've lost 5 in a row. Every game comes down to the wire. Washington at 3-4 is 13th in the NFC. Any given Sunday, they're dangerous as hell. Vikings at 3-3. They're very capable. The QB situation there is dicey, but Dallas 3-1. Dak Prescott's playing like an MVP candidate. They're the 10 seed in the NFC. So it just goes to show, to me, the NFC is the better conference. And maybe that changes. Maybe Baltimore gets hot and rallies and makes the playoffs. We know they're capable, but they have a lot of injuries right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all ends up playing out. But if you're kind of a fringe playoff team in the AFC, your path feels a lot better than if you're a fringe playoff team in the NFC, because you lose 1 game in the NFC, you could go from being the 6th, 7th seed to 11. I mean, it's that nip and tuck right now. All right, you guys let me know. Better conference, NFC, AFC. I think it's the NFC, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. My name is Harrison Graham. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We will have more coverage tomorrow, some trade buzz out there that I want to hit, and also we'll react to Monday Night Football doubleheader tomorrow night. So plenty more coverage here on 4 Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon.